When you reach a certain point in your career, I was already a general manager when I quit. The road ahead of that was kind of feeling a bit of more of the same. And there was certainly politics to navigate. I mean, I had already 16 years of work ex under my belt in various capacities in various countries. And I would call myself a fairly ambitious person. I think if you meet any of my ex colleagues and take my name, they'll be like, we're, we're just surprised that she's not working anymore, etc. So, being a very ambitious person, I did think about the fact that maybe I could look at a hybrid model. Uh, but then, what stopped me, and this is really again a bit of insight into the way I am, I could foresee a situation where people who were either younger to me or junior to me doing bigger roles than I would, and I just thought that I would be unhappy. I would be unhappy if I'm trying to do two things and not feeling that I'm giving 100% to either of them, right? So I think the emotional trauma kind of self sorted it out because I realized that it was all or nothing, you know, and the nothing didn't feel empty. That was the other piece, that there was a really exciting world of two young growing up boys that I wanted to embrace. My children were all along in the IB system, and then we realized that in the middle school years we wanted to shift to something more rigorous and therefore moved them to the American school. Now, that did mean that I needed to step in and get involved with the school to help them settle down as much as to also understand what needs to be done to help them in that journey. I was also on their various committees to help further the agenda of the school, and that gave me a lot of sense of purpose. I guess it didn't matter whether I went to work 9 to 5, but I had a lot of meaningful things to keep me busy. So I guess, as they say, once a leader, always a leader. I think I have always seen myself as a high achieving professional, and then at the time when it became more pertinent to apply all of those skills into a home environment, I think it was seamless. For example, when I was still actually working, it started to percolate. When I had two children, two maids taking care of them, I had Excel files with 15-minute slots, 9 to 9:15, 9:15 to 9:30, etc., and their two names and the two children and what they're going to be doing in each of those 15-minute slots. So, and then I would come back from work, I would actually check and see whether all of those things were achieved and get feedback and give them feedback. So an Excel file didn't just calculate GRPs, it was also being used to monitor milk consumption and mushy food and poo times and all of that. So I think that was interesting. Traveling has been a place where I think the money has been made to work really hard. Media buying has never been the biggest focus of my career, but it has been a big part of it because you have to make sure that you spend the money wisely. And that percolated into every time I had to go out and spend our money on whether it was traveling for table tennis or traveling for vacations. I've made sure that I find creative ways to make the money work harder, and that would entail getting myself abreast with all the various options, going and negotiating for it, the extras and all of it. So I think I feel quite proud that I probably ended up saving a decent amount there to earn some of the other stuff that we've spent it on eventually. So I have always lived in a situation where we never were denied anything, but money was always treated with a lot of respect and value. Having said that, I think there have been phases, and my approach to money and spending has evolved. If I look at the early stages of my career, let's say after the fourth, fifth year, when you've kind of crossed and you're into middle management of sorts, I think you're cruising, right? That's the time when the salary is decent, you still don't have the responsibility of kids. I think that opened my world to the possibilities of what money can buy. So I went into the acquisition mode, so we went and spent what felt like fulfilling your desires and your materialistic pursuits. We have two decent incomes coming in at that time, and we'll spend one and we'll save one. So that was our philosophy towards money and saving in the early stages of our life. And thankfully, money could buy a lot more at that time. I'm talking about the late 90s right now. than what it can today. So we ended up traveling a lot. I think that was a big passion that we shared in the first 10 years. And I think by the mid 30s, I was beginning to feel like I have most of what I need, because once you have the one expensive watch, the incremental happiness from the next watch, which is expensive, is diminishing. It's not as great. And therefore, um, by the time the decision to quit came, which is closing into the 40s, I was pretty satiated. I didn't suddenly feel that why don't I have a paycheck? Why can't I buy this thing that I needed? I don't need them. I didn't need them. But again, if you look at the longer spectrum, now that it's been 6 years, yes, the thought has crossed my mind. When I'm thinking and looking at something expensive, wouldn't it have been nice if that came out of my year-end bonus or something? But then again, between Mohit and also the wealth that we've accumulated jointly over a period of time, I don't feel the need to cringe. I don't remember like really feeling my money, his money. I think now that it's been 6 years, I would say maybe if you had to put a number to it, it would have crossed my head twice at best. And in those moments, either you rationalize what you want or you just kind of go with the flow because there is enough anyway. So even if you feel like you're a little guilty about it, it's okay. There's no unending consequence to it. The liberation that you have when you know the bank balance is not something that you need to worry about on a daily basis is amazing. Today, I am free to do what I need to do. I don't need to worry about what's going to make my bills get paid and what will fund my next holiday or what will fund my kids' education. That's something that's already in the system. It's being planned for, it's been kind of taken care of or is in the midst of being taken care of. So I think it's liberating. It actually frees your mind from considerations that are extraneous and you can be very pure with your pursuit.